This is generally the Druid's game plan, is just to build up enough of a force that we can actually start claiming these regions effectively without having to do too much more work than we're already doing. Like even here, as you can see, we're actually starting to claim the nearby region as well because the Forest Shepherds are moving out of their territory to actively go and fight people, except these pygmies, who are the most annoying things in the universe. Swamp things. Again, moving you will get you killed. That is a risk I'm actually willing to take because I feel like it's time we finally upgrade this man so he actually have a backup spellcaster. Is anything less and I feel like we're just gonna die horrifically. Like, it's time. It's time. It has been time for quite some time. We should finally upgrade this man. So you are going to Ritual of Mastery, which gives you major animal summoning, so you can go back to the hut and basically not do anything, but you get Domestication and Poison Vines. And Domestication is just better overall. We basically have a backup commander who's at some decent level. Thank you for Banefire. Oh, the fire vulnerability isn't very helpful. You need a lot more strength to get rid of the vampire. One Forest Shepherd was able to fight for quite some time. Two might have decent odds, who knows? If they just punch. Like, if they punch a little bit more, they can actually start killing the pygmies. There we go. Still curious, because those pygmies can only spawn down south, meaning we're not too far away from the south. Or something south-like. We're not too far away from a jungle, is what I should say. I should just repeat Ritual Messenger Crows and just don't stop, because I can afford it now. I can quite easily afford it. It's what, 45 herb a turn? And it will just spam out Messenger Crows to claim everything up north. Which is definitely not a bad thing. There's nothing here that should be too dangerous to you. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to finally legendary being, get a giant moose. You might say, what's so legendary about a giant moose? Well, giant-sized. Its attacks deal between 1 and 25 and 1 and 22 respectively. It also deals 8 trample damage by merely existing. It's not a bad thing. Not at all. It's actually quite wonderful. In this guard tower, we're going to get a bunch of bare-chested slingers, so we can just watch the surrounding region. We could have gotten a lot better things, but we also could have gotten a lot worse. Off the summoning, is what I should say. Aside from a few very specific rituals in Conquest of Elysium, there are not a whole lot of guaranteed summons. Like, if you do this ritual, you know exactly what you will get. Most of the things are based off of random chance. And in fact, I think I could have gotten a pair of legendary mooses if I got lucky enough. Also, finally, those pygmies are dead. All hail. I get the feeling the ants are just gonna kill these guys. Once the surround is going, like, people will just start dropping anyway. Ants are just surprisingly lethal in this game. Yeah, we know how that goes. Alright, so these things can fight for all I care. What I want to do now is... It's either going to be a... We can go to this one later. What I want to do now is I want to go take a look at the Flower Meadow Forest. We're going to ferry paths on down to it. And we're going to just fight a bunch of snakes. Dun 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 dun. You? I tell you not to cast anything because I want to Lord of the Wild before winter comes around so I can get more income. Thank you, Giant Moose, for being the tank. As I said, there are a lot better options you can get than a giant moose from the legendary pool, but yeah, I mean, hey, no one's going to turn down something that huge. Alright, now we just need to get this one over here in the Flower Meadow Forest so we can start dealing with the graveyards nearby so the undead can stop overrunning literally everything. How many messenger crows are here? Not too many. We didn't have it up for too many turns. All I did was just bring out messenger crows and all the undead just suddenly returned. It's actually kind of baffling. Use my trade to buy more herbs. Do I really want to do that, though? Like, genuine. Also, since rituals here have no upkeep, it's the only reason I'm spamming as many as I have. You probably would have noticed by now that rituals have no upkeep, but just in case someone just didn't notice. Jesus. No, I'm gonna start off with Shepherds of the Wild, because Lord of the Wild isn't going to do enough for this ancient forest to make any headway in claiming the region from the independents. They're just gonna keep overrunning everything simply because of the sheer number of undead. We just need a little bit more than what they're gonna offer. They're dead. No big surprise. Alright. Let's get the shepherds. The shepherds rolling, and then we should be able to Lord of the Wild and then just teleport out of there. And let everything else be taken care of. After a little bit of time, I'm expecting this place to find me another section for the shepherds to take care of, but I think now would be a good time as any to go and deal with these enchantresses and wizards, considering these Queen's Counselors are still fighting in this area. We also still need to get the shepherds down here, but hey, the forces we have built up that I could pick up at some point are still going to be helpful. Or maybe now is a good time for it. Is now ever a good time? Yeah, the boar should lose this. They should. I wasn't too certain, because when they enrage, they start hitting really hard. Or the wild, are you actually producing shepherds? You are producing shepherds, so you're getting defenses rolling, and should be able to deal with the dispossessed spirits. I am the Lorax, I speak from the trees. And the trees say, fuck you! Yeah. And we'll get shepherds here. We'll walk to this ancient forest, because as much fun as teleporting is, there's some things that it should just never bother replacing. Oh, hey look, the shepherds are actually starting to go very far down south. Neat. Hello. Said that the Sun cult requires its members to contribute generously in order to gain a deeper mystery. For some reason, they have gained many wealthy followers who have risen in the ranks. It's true that the cult is not without a certain political influence, something that may have attracted some of their new followers. Their militaristic views also made them quite popular among the soldiers, which is why they have had no problem setting up certain elite squads consisting of experienced soldiers who get a quick introduction to the mysteries of the cult. Leaders are said to be favored by the Sun and seem to often come from wealthy families without either martial experience or a lineage that would give them the chance to command. The Leo contributes the armor of his entire unit, which has provided the local bronzesmiths that are part of the cult with good business opportunities. Interesting. So yeah, he has a bunch of forces that are fighting here after we murdered his last cohort. However, we're also claiming the region with a bunch of forest shepherds, so I shrug my shoulders and say, well, what is it? You're dead. Not even going to bother looking at you for more than 2 seconds. I think the shepherd wins this one, but I'm not sure. As long as the shepherd's hitting for its full strength, yes, it's going to hurt. Maybe 2 shepherds are good enough? No. The surround and the bears will be enough. It'll just deal some damage. How far can we go? Not far enough. I need at least one more turn to take the shepherds here, that I can start moving down to this ancient forest, which will take... Oh wait, no, because it's going to be summer next turn, which will boost our income immensely, so I can actually get the shepherds rolling. And in the meantime, while I'm down here, I might as well just grab the free units, so I can eventually take out more areas. Now, what's this look like? Well, being honest, it's not looking too good. There's not a whole lot up here, but we can keep a close eye on it, and if the situation changes, it changes. I'm so surprised that one lived. I heard there's so many, like, bear and deer combos. Like, I remember this one from before. I know he's going to die, and I would love to root for him. Actually, I think because of the magic artifact, it did significantly more than I could have previously expected. Pfft, overkill. Yeah, you're dead. We'll get through the bears one day. One day. There we go. finally we can get the shepherds there, and then we can make our move down to the wild. We'll probably teleport down to Stornwood. Stornwood will also get shepherds, which will then be 4 different forests right next to each other, all using shepherds simultaneously. And that's also all the ancient forests we have with shepherds. There are no particularly big groups here, but the shepherds here are good enough that we can take a look at the surrounding region as well. No, I'm not going to have you start automatically doing that. I've learned my lesson. I've tried enough times, but it's just not good enough. These magic artifacts, man, they're just getting collected by my shepherds, and they're just all in one place. Because whenever they kill something, they'll eventually die to some other independent that's out there, but then they'll just claim the artifact back again. The Bane fires will eventually kill off the shepherds. The army here is large enough to hold us back. What the actual hell? What did you do? What exploded everything? I'm curious. Life drain? No. It's not the dragon scale mail. Oh! Banshee. Banshee. Right. Right. Yeah, that's why you don't fight that thing. Yeah, no. No, don't fight the Banshee. The Cry of the Banshee is definitely one of the strongest things in this game. Alright, we'll sit here, put the forest shepherds down again. And then do as I said before, teleport down here. You are a beast, right? So in theory I should be able to, like, make you mine, but I'm also scared to try because I think you actually have high magic resist. Yeah, 9. I can't just take control of it. Which is really intensely disappointing, but not at all surprising. This should be a victory for the deer. Yeah, because they have the bear. We lost the hut that's down here as a recruitment location, where... somewhere. Where is the hut again, anyway? Hang on, it should be above us. Yeah, we lost the hut to Independence a while ago, but that's alright. Shepherds, Fairy Path, and Shepherds. And now I guess we're just going to hope that this thing takes enough aggregated wounds that it will eventually die. The Death Gaze is definitely something that will kill the Shepherds of the Woods off, but every time they land a blow, there's a chance for an injury. Eventually enough injuries will pile up and kill anything there. And we're going to take the mooses, wolves, and otherwise from nearby that have been building up since the beginning of the game, and we'll probably just do teleportation down to Cormac. I think this goes to the bears, but I'm not sure. No, it seems to go to the shepherds. No, they're about even. A few more punches. I'm surprised. I mean, I know the swamp things regenerate. No, what do they do? They just bite. Who knows, you might have a battle that goes down to attrition just by them getting enough aggregated wounds for just regenerating for long enough by being stun locked often enough. Because they're just regenerating in the middle of the fight and getting back up. Alright, let's speed this up. Yes, but that's the most important thing. Is that the shepherds, because they're free of micromanaging entirely, they'll take everything for me, and I don't have to micromanage 15 armies to do the same thing. Furthermore, they can get bigger and bigger spawns. Not as time goes on, but they start to stack up before too long. Now then, let's transfer on over all these mooses. And the wolves. And then we'll teleport on up to Cormac and have that start working for us. One of the main problems with Conquest of Elysium is that it's actually really hard to buy armies with money unless you're very specific factions, and the armies bought with money are infinitely worse than shepherds. As because I now have so many shepherds that are just sitting here, if an army were to try to go through like the middle of this area, they would have to, for every step they take, run into another army, which would continue to take more territory and run into another army. Ergo, just given enough time, we will just swarm this entire region. Sure, these beasts will, like, stop me from time to time, but they aren't consistent enough for me to really care. No, you got your stuff? Yeah, so let's just go back and prep the teleporter. You can finally do the ritual and hopefully not have us waste our time on you every turn. Can you feel the banshee scream? Can you hear the banshee scream? I should just start skipping those fights, because that's a wall that they're not going to be able to get past for a long time, unless they get really lucky. The deer should die to the ants, or do the ants die to the deer? The ants kill the deer. I don't know why I even wanted to question that. As we all know, ants are OP. We'll take your additional stuff. I know you like your animals, but we need to claim something else. Furthermore, even though the shepherds themselves aren't that great individually, they're also providing me with a lot of map information. I didn't know about this region over here. They're revealing the region for me, which is also great, because in an enormous map, you want to know about as much as you can about the local area. Those spirits are dead. What spells do you actually have? So you have Illusion, Pause, Frog Prince, Charm, Befriend Animal. We're gonna get a bunch of magical relics from this, but are they good? Yeah, I like the Mirage Crystal. Alright. You sold me. As long as I don't befriend this, why? Claim it back, 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 claim it back. Why aren't you claiming it? You moron. You absolute idiot! Why are you not casting the spells that claim animals? They're like 90% of your spells. Okay. We won that in the end, but you know Dominion's spell casting. Well, Elysium has Dominion's level spellcasting on steroids. As such, it's just nothing but pain and misery, actually. Anyone else find anything? No, they're still exploring. Slowly but surely, they'll get something eventually. Eventually. I'll take you off casting for now, just because I want to get shepherds rolling, and then I'm probably going to have to start physically exploring the nearby area. And that'll be depressing. Yes, shepherds are throwing themselves against something that they really shouldn't be. But that's what usually ends up happening with shepherds, is that they find something that they can't kill and they'll just keep throwing themselves against it. Eventually, one of them will succeed. I don't really care for claiming that old castle, though. I can just leave it there because all it's doing is creating a few undead here and there, which also defends the area for me. Yeah, no. We'll find another ancient forest soon. I always forget how many, forest guardians are there. I might actually ferry paths on down to this ancient forest and just explore here, because there should be more down south in that direction. But winter is not a good time for movement. Winter is a good time for rituals, and spellcasting, and magic. Magic everywhere. The dwarves here are the favored because they have ranged. We'll eventually kill a lot of them. But their arbalists will cut through these creatures before too long. The other main thing is these shepherds, because they're free of micromanagement and just spawn by themselves, they cost me nothing to produce other than the initial setup cost. And I can definitely say it's so far been well worth it, because I haven't had gold income for forever, and I have the shepherds to thank for that gold income. They're slowly killing off the independents nearby, which means I get to claim those spawns before too long. And they also defend the ancient forests for me. Wait, you're attacking independents in an ancient forest. Interesting. These things are going to die to poison. However, that might save me a lot of trouble, because they found another ancient forest for me, and we're going to get a free ancient forest out of this. Sweet. Okay. Almost at a free ancient forest, and someone decided to attack the capybara. It finally happened. That's a victory in our favor. Now the real question is where did they find it? Okay, they found it up here. You're right. Catoplebas, or plebas. Thank you. I called it by the other animal name. The animal name would be really helpful for us to have right about now. Oh, you're a spellcaster. Alright, neat. Catoplebas. Thank you. Speed boost. It dealt damage. They're dead. Ants win. A meteor has struck in a hamlet, leaving a crater. depressing. Alright, special power. Shepherds to fully stack up on everything. Here. We can go for... Ooh, oh. Yes. I'm going to leave this ancient forest because I don't care. I want to claim this entire section. Because all those animals are beautiful, beautiful creatures. And you can do the ritual repeat that we've always been having problems with. We turn it off, we turn it on, we turn it off, we turn it on. It works. We own the farm. That's my stuff that I'm hoping that we can get a lot of creatures from. We get like 2. We own it. Hello. Who are you? Oh. You might actually be the big dog. I don't like the big dog. I'm actually kind of scared. Don't bother. It's dead, Jim. Are you the big dog or are you the small fry? You're the big dog. You kind of outnumber us, and I don't like it.